going into today, I told you guys yesterday that I did lean bearish, and I told you guys that most likely this 30-minute 50 on the call side was gonna, end up breaking just because of how weird this chart was. This was such a choppy chart right here. Just such a terrible bull trend that we had. I mean, this was barely any trend. And yeah, with how price action was, acting around this 50 and how sloped up it was, just looked very weird. Most likely this was going to cross down, and that's exactly what ended up happening today. We got this move lower. We ended up breaking below it, and then we obviously, you guys saw that rip we had end of the day. But we were able to capitalize on the downside move in the morning, and it was very simple. So what we did end up playing was a 0DT put cross. I told you guys that was the game plan, like cross either side. That's what you want to look for, and we got it right here. We got this 10 crossing above the 50. I got a really good entry on this. I pretty much top ticked it on NQ. I shorted 195 on NQ. I bought this like little pullback here. I just had conviction in the downside. I got in a little bit early before it actually crossed, and we saw a massive move lower. I think this trade probably went 200 points on NQ. I sold around 120 points. So if we pull up NQ here, I'm just gonna go to the 1 minute so you can see my entry. I end up selling or shorting this at, let's see, where's 930? I think I'm pretty sure I shorted what this pop. Let's see, 195. Yeah, up in here 195. I end up getting in on this. I waited for the next 5-minute candle open. So right on this open of the candle, that's where I shorted. So I pretty much had zero drawdown on this trade, which was beautiful, and we saw very nice move down from there, 195 all the way to, yeah, that ran like 200 points on the dot. So that was a very, very nice move out of that. And that's all you need for the day. I did tell the Discord that you guys could also try long, because if we pull up ES, end up getting a dip down to there. I told Discord, you guys, if you're still trading, if you didn't catch anything, this is it's a valid long to take. And also, if you looked on the 30-minute here on the put side, we actually ended up lining right up with that 30-minute 50 down in here. So you could have taken that long. It worked out nicely. And I'm not sure how many points did this go, because if you look on the 0DT chart, this would be your take profit here. On the 0DT 50 on the put side, you definitely want to be trimming at this 50, major pivot point on the intraday chart. So once we hit that 50, you'd be selling. You probably got a very, very nice move out of that, though. So, by the time we even came to this 50, you're probably up well over 100 points at NQ. ES was probably around like 25, 30 points. So that is pretty much how you would have navigated today. I mean, it was very simple. How I went about trading the FIPS today, I did get burnt on a short. I did grab a swing short. There was so much flow on QQQ puts. Who knows what's going to happen overnight and into the rest of the week, because futures are up to like 2.25% after hours. So that is a massive move. I've seen us reverse, like rip 500 points, dump 500 points. So we're going to have to see how this opens up tomorrow, but I did swing short. And yeah, there's massive size on QQQ puts for next week. And also, if I just looked at the system here on the higher time frames on the call side, we pumped up in this 2-hour 50. I added a little bit more at that 2-hour 50, down quite a bit. I think like 30%, 40% at the moment. But I did really like the setup plus massive, flow on the on QQQ. So that's why I ended up grabbing this. And don't love the look of this. If we somehow, we're up 500 points, we would need a massive reversal overnight, and for us to gap down, which it's possible. I've seen it happen before where we get massive reversals. So I'm gonna have to see how we open up tomorrow. Probably gonna be getting stopped on that unless there's some massive move overnight where we somehow don't end up crossing here, and this just loses the 50, crosses down. But yeah, that's what we did today. Going into tomorrow, I really have no clue what we're gonna be taking because of the big move after hours. So if there's any sort of fib short we could take on an overextended move off open tomorrow, I'll be looking to take that, because this is just, it's not a sustainable move. This is a crazy move. We're gonna be super extended on the premiums. Honestly, best case is we open up like nice and green, and we open right near a fib level or a pump up into the fib level that we could short, because I highly doubt we are going to sustain this move. So it's a very simple game plan going into tomorrow. That's probably what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm not really gonna be looking to take anything on the 0DT chart. But yeah, look for a fib level to short, and if there's some sort of confluence with the fib to long, if we get a massive drop, that's something you could take. But I'm more focused on taking a short tomorrow, just because we're probably gonna be sitting at like higher time frame 50s on like the call side if we obviously sustain the move. If we open up at this 50 on the weeklies, that's gonna reject. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for tomorrow. Short That kind of lines up with the 4 out of 50 if we end up opening up there. And yeah, very simple game plan. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. Join the crew if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.